So this car right here is my Porsche 718 Cayman that I bought when I was 16 years old. And I actually bought it a week before I turned 17, so I've had this car since January of 2018, if you've been following me for a while. So I'm not gonna make this like a car review. I wanna talk real quick about it, and then I wanna connect that to a business aspect of it and maybe a lesson I've learned, because that's what this channel is about, me sharing the lessons I've learned throughout business, buying different things, mistakes I've made, and things I've done right. So this car right here, you know, I bought it at a time where my goals were just attached towards materialistic things. I didn't even care about cars at the time that I bought this, but now that I've been able to buy this car and drive it over 20,000 miles, I've really come to love driving that I do it so much. To account for this, almost 22,000 miles, and you have to factor in that out of the past year and a couple of months, I haven't even been in town for probably a year total, because I've been traveling and out of town, and the car's been sitting here in North Carolina. See, there's a farm right there. So I love this car to death, but I don't want to talk your ear off about this car because this is obviously not a car channel. But it's sort of weird having this car at such a young age, because I don't really look old. I look, you know, like I could be 16, 17, 18, and I am 18 years old. But literally every time I'm getting gas, someone comes up to me and makes a remark, whether it's good or bad. Usually it's about half and half. But when people say good things, like today I was at the gas station, some guy came up and said, "Oh, what model is that?" And I told him, he's like, "Oh, nice, whatever, can I take a picture?" And you know, this isn't the craziest car in the world, it's not a supercar, but you know, it's a nice car, it's a sports car. I wouldn't consider it anything other than that. And when someone gives me a rude remark, usually what it is something around, "Oh, your dad buy that?" or "Your dad must really love you to buy you that," and all that kind of stuff. So you know, I have to deal with that. But that's the least of my problems. I've learned to deal with that stuff. I never take it personally, because obviously it's just an issue with somebody else's personal life where they feel like they need to leave a rude remark about you. So if someone asks me, I'll tell them what I do, you know, a little bit, because if I talk too much, then they're gonna ask a bunch of questions. When people are just taking your time and not offering you any value back, then it's not worth it for me. There goes a truck. There's a lot of diesel trucks around here out in the country, and they blow the black smoke all over my car too at the stoplights if they're beside me. But what I want to talk about is your objective of goals. So what I said towards the beginning, you know, is that my goals were only driven towards materialistic things towards the beginning. And speaking of saying driven, let me back it up here real quick. That is my license plate. Driven in two ways. Driven both in the car, over 21,000 miles, and driven as in motivated and disciplined to do the things that I need to do, whether I want to or not. Because you can't buy a car like this if you aren't driven in some kind of aspect to do things that you don't want to do. Because in business, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do, whether you like it or not. It's part of business, it's part of life. You have to go through those things in order to reach that end goal that you have. And speaking on goals, what I think you should be doing is attaching your goals not necessarily towards materialistic goals, which I don't think are bad at all, but instead towards things that you have an emotional tie to. So for example, maybe it does have to do with the car. Let's say, you know, one of your goals is to, you know, get a bunch of exotic cars and have a rally where you take kids who have, you know, special needs on rides so they can experience the cars and travel and do all this stuff. You know, if you have a goal like that and it's attached to your emotions, or something like being able to have enough money to, you know, buy your family a house because you didn't grow up in a stable environment or something like that, you know, you're going to be a lot more motivated and more disciplined, which is more important, to do the things that you need to do in order to succeed, because it's attached to an emotional aspect of your life. What I realized is that when my goals were only, oh, when can I make enough money to buy that Ferrari? When can I buy enough to buy that house in Miami? Whatever it is, you know, I wasn't working as hard as I normally was, because I was just working towards something that would fade away. It's just that instant gratification. You know, after buying this car, I actually got really bored with it after about 2 months, because I was in that mindset of just materialistic goals and wanting more and more. And I wanted a Ferrari 458 so bad that I literally almost bought a Ferrari and took a 15K hit on this car literally like 2 or 3 months after buying it. I had about 5K miles on it. I went to the dealership, test drove this Ferrari 458 that I really wanted, ran the numbers, and by the way, I bought this car for like 61 grand out the door, and it had 5,000 miles, and for trade-in value, they offered me 45,000. So now with almost 22,000 miles, I'm not getting my money back out of that. So I'm just gonna drive it until the wheels fall off, because this is like a staple in my life. You know, buying this at 16 years old, I wanna always have something to remember it by. and getting that whatever I'll be able to get out of it is not really worth it to me compared to the sentimental value of it. What I want you to do is start making short-term goals and long-term goals. And what I want you to do is attach emotional ties to your goals for things that are directly tied to your feelings and your emotions. When you have emotion fueling your energy and your work ethic, you're gonna be able to get a lot further than just the Ferrari and all this stuff. Because what I realized, you know, I'm not a millionaire, I haven't made a ton of money, but with the money that I have made, I've bought a lot of stupid stuff. I've spent a lot of money on random stuff that really doesn't mean anything to me, and it just results in instant gratification. I talked to my grandma about this, who's 85 years old, and she's like, yeah, everybody is so impatient. They just work towards that instant gratification, and they aren't able to get further than where they originally were because they get too attached and spend their money. So quick story, actually, I was with one of my mentors last night. He stopped by and we're talking business, real estate, and some different stuff like that. And he said he was at the Louis Vuitton store. And by the way, this guy, he makes a pretty good amount of money, but he doesn't like spending his money on cars and all this stuff. What he said was he had a really good week in business. He's like, all right, I'm gonna reward myself. I'm gonna go to Louis Vuitton for fun and buy some, you know, flip-flops or something like that. And he decided on the pair he wanted. And you know, he doesn't dress fancy. He doesn't have a bunch of cool clothes. Like, he dresses like me, I guess. I just wear the gym clothes and stuff all the time. And he said he was in Louis Vuitton buying these sandals, and there was these two guys next to him, and they asked him what he did. And you know, he's just saying some different stuff about business, real estate, whatever. And the guys next to my mentor were buying this belt or whatever it was, some shoes that were around the same price range. And the guys that were next to my mentor told my mentor that they have to work 2 months to get enough pay to pay for this stuff from Louis Vuitton. And when he told me that, I was like, that's what's wrong with people. Their goals are just driven towards materialistic things to impress people who don't even work hard, or, you know, that don't care. I could care less if I see someone walking around with a Gucci belt, but I used to think that people care. And when you think that people care, your ego starts to go up, you start to buy more and more stuff, and eventually you're at a rabbit hole where you're buying a bunch of stuff and you're left with things that depreciate a ton, and you're left with no assets that are actually making you money or holding their value. So don't be like those guys where they're spending all their money 2 months. Imagine working for 2 months straight, a 9 to 5, just to be able to pay for some Louis Vuitton shoes that nobody really cares about. So I mean, if you care about fashion, you care about that stuff, I think it's cool to buy it if you like it, but I don't think people should be spending all their money on it if they aren't growing. You know, you can reward yourself, of course. I would consider this just like a little trophy because it's something that I worked for, and it's just sort of like, you know, you get it as you start to grow in business and make more money. You can buy little toys, use them as business expenses. There's all kinds of things that you can do, but when it's your main priority, you're not going to get far. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. Maybe it is for you, maybe it isn't, but I think that the best way to find out is just to try and gain experience. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.